Buongiorno! Hi, I'm not coming to you from Italy today, but beautiful Los Angeles, California. But I am with a gorgeous Italian car, bellissima. This is the 2025 Alfa Romeo Giulia Veloce all-wheel drive. I'm Motor City Maggie. Please make sure you hit that like button and per favore, please subscribe to Motor City Maggie. And now I'm going to give you a walk around tour of the 2025 Alfa Romeo Giulia Veloce. This is the 2025 Alfa Romeo Giulia Veloce in all-wheel drive. It is a sedan. It's so exciting to see an Italian sedan on the road here in the United States. Now, Alfa Romeo is owned by Stellantis, and Stellantis is a big automotive group that owns a lot of different brands like Dodge, Ram, Fiat, Alfa Romeo, Chrysler, and more. And it's exciting to have this really unique Italian brand in the United States under that umbrella. Now the Giulia starts at about $46,000. However, this one, since it has the Veloce package and some additional features like the wheels, the 5-hole wheels, and the red leather interior, after delivery processing and handling, this one comes out to be almost $54,000. Underneath the hood of the Giulia is a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that is turbocharged. It is paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission, and it's giving you 280 horsepower and 306 pound-feet of torque. You can go 0 to 60 in 5.1 seconds on the all-wheel drive and 5.5 on the rear-wheel drive. For miles per gallon, you're looking at 23 miles per gallon in the city, 31 on the highway, giving you an average of 26 miles per gallon combined. Ooh, that 23 miles per gallon in the city is a little rough, especially for a vehicle the size of a Toyota Corolla. I really wish that the gas mileage was north of 30, but you are getting a lot of power and torque, and you have a really fun driving experience. Let's take a look at the exterior design. Come on in, check out the beautiful front badge and front grille. This is what every single Alfa Romeo looks like, with the upside down triangle with this shield design for the grille. I think it looks so cool, and it's so particular to the Alfa Romeo design, so I love to see that. Now take a look at the badging. The badging is so unique, and it's one of the coolest and sexiest badges that we have in the auto industry, and it tells a little bit of a story. On the left side, you do have the Milan flag, and then you have this serpent, and the serpent is either eating a man or it is rebirthing a man, and this is the coat of arms from a very successful, wealthy Milanese family from many, many years ago. So it is a tribute to the Milan heritage of this vehicle and of this brand. So it's really exciting. I love the story behind the badge. Now, the Alfa Romeo vehicles are manufactured in Cassino, Italy. So it is manufactured in Italy. It's saying that 69% is from Italy on that Monroney sticker, but the transmission is from Germany. So here on the side, we've got the Veloce badge to show everybody that you spent a little extra money on your Alfa Romeo Giulia. And then we've got our black mirror caps, which look really good. And we do have a white roof. I think the roof would look good in black, but we have a full blacked out roof on top of that. So I think that does look really sharp, and it kind of elevates the look of the exterior to have that full black roof with the white outline of the frame of the vehicle. We also have color keyed door handles, and you can see it's got a little button on there that you can press if you want to lock the vehicle or unlock the vehicle with the key in your pocket or in your bag. All right, let's take a look at the rear end design of the Giulia. We have some nice LED taillights, and we have a Q4 badge indicating that it is a all-wheel drive model, and there is also a rear-wheel drive model that would say Q2. We've got the Alfa Romeo badge right here and the Giulia badge right here. I would like to see all the badging blacked out on the Veloce model, but the Veloce is a package. It would kind of elevate the look just a little bit more, make it look a little faster, a little sportier, but that's okay. That is just a personal preference. Now let's take a look at the exhaust. So we've got 2 exhaust pipes, one on each side, and they're kind of housed in this cool honeycomb casing. Let's take a look at the inside. Come on. We are sitting inside of the 2025 Giulia Veloce all-wheel drive, and let's start her up. And it's very unique because the start-stop engine button is on the steering wheel. This is so interesting. And just driving this vehicle, I keep wanting to move my hand over to the side, but it is on the steering wheel. So a unique location there for your ignition switch. Let's take you through a little tour of the interior, starting with the beautiful leather wrapped steering wheel. I love it. I love these sport handles on the side, the little different texture right here. Feels so good. Again, we've got the beautiful Alfa Romeo badge right in the center there. We've got the big circular steering wheel in the center. It's not a funky shape. It does have a slight flat bottom, and we have this brushed metal kind of accenting the bottom there. And then we've got some great buttons on the side. We've got our adaptive cruise control buttons. We've got our controls for our media. And behind the steering wheel, we have a fully digital gauge cluster, 12.3 inches, but it does have the rotary style dials on the side, which is still really fun to see. And you can see right there, we've got our speed limit sign, and you can clearly see how fast you're going. Over to the right, we have our infotainment screen, which is smaller. It is 8.8 inches. I would have liked to see it be a little bigger. It is a touchscreen display, but I am feeling like it has been lagging a little bit with the touches. I don't particularly like using the touches, so instead I'm using the dial, which is a much quicker way to operate the display. When you press the home button and you move the dial, you can easily go through the different options, and you can page through all of the information you want to see. There is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. However, it is not wireless. So as you can see, I've got my my wire right here for my iPhone. And I mean, for many years, I have operated a vehicle that did not have wireless Apple CarPlay. However, I just had a difficult time making it work in this vehicle because I kept connecting it to this USB, but this is not the USB that you use for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It is the one inside the center console right here. So if you purchase this vehicle and also have that little bit of a challenge, just know that that's how you connect it. Here is your driver POV, and oh gosh, I'm just in love with this steering wheel. They really did it right with the steering wheel design. It is so nice. And on the side of the driver and the passenger, you do get these fun air vents that you can move every which way. Definitely love that. And then here is a very important button that I want to call out. This is the stop, start, engine off button. Okay, I do not like a stop start engine. I know it is meant to help with your gas mileage, but I just do not like the way the vehicle shudders when the engine goes off at a red light or a stop sign when you're at a complete stop. And it also drastically lowers your HVAC system controls. So the air either goes off or just almost goes off all the way. And when you're in a hot state like I am, you do not want your air conditioning going off. So I'm definitely turning that off when I am driving. And then this is your parking assist sonar button, which is really helpful, especially because this vehicle does not have 360 cameras. So it is helpful to have that parking assist available. Now, this model does not have the Harman Kardon speakers. However, that is available on the Giulia. I would also be remiss if I did not show off the paddle shifters. Now, the paddle shifters are so fun. It gives you more of an interactive driving experience. You feel like you're a little more in control. But look at how gigantic these are. These are the biggest paddle shifters in the industry, I swear. These are so huge. And they kind of get in the way a little bit. The Stelvio that I drove also had these giant shifters, and I do feel like, especially when you are trying to turn on your turn signal, they do kind of get in the way a little bit, but they just take some getting used to. They do look pretty cool. Check this out. I just saw a little image of the drivetrain of the vehicle. That is pretty fun to see. And you can see lots of vehicle information. You can check out your performance and see how your vehicle is performing and your gas consumption. And wow, really cool performance information. Below that, we do have physical HVAC control buttons. We have a heated seat and we have a heated steering wheel. We'll turn that off because it is hot here in Southern California, but you do have that option. No cooled seats that I can see. And then we've got a little bit of a carbon fiber looking design. And then we've got a bin right here where you can throw some items, 2 cup holders, and then check it out. This is your key. And I love that. You've got the nice Alfa badge on the back of the key. And look, this is so unique. When I had a Stelvio press car, I had the same unique touch. There is a little spot for you to put your key. Isn't that cute? It's a little home for your key. And then another very unique feature on the Alfa Romeos that I absolutely adore is the Italian flag. So check that out right here below the shift knob. Oh, it is bellissima. So nice. I love Italy. If you've been to Italy, let me know in the comments. What an incredible country. I can't wait to go back. I just feel like I want to drive this Giulia down the streets of Rome and then go get an espresso, go get a pastry, and then later get maybe like an Aperol Spritz and like wander around a piazza and see a fountain and look at some like incredible works of art and buildings. It's just such a magical place, and I'm just dreaming of being there right now. Anyway, back to the Giulia. Check out the shift knob. It is a very large shift knob. Easy to operate, of course. The electronic parking brake right here, and then the DNA drive modes. So cool, DNA. And when you shift into a different drive mode, it does change that on your information display and behind your steering wheel. So you can see it go into dynamic and normal. It just kind of changes your driving experience. So love that. Okay, center console time. We've got a wireless charging pad here. I have not used it because, you know, once you put it in here, then you can't see your phone, which I understand is a good thing because you shouldn't be looking at your phone when you're driving, but it was a little too tucked away for my liking. And then you have a small space for your belongings. We've got home link buttons here for your garage door. We've got behind the visor a little mirror. I always want a bigger mirror, of course. And then here we've got some more operations, some lighting controls, and you can open your shade for your moonroof. And ooh, let's keep going there. Let's open it all the way. Very cute, very nice. And that sunroof is an extra $1,500. The driver's seat has an 8-way power adjustable seat, and the passenger seat has a 6-way power adjustable seat, and both seats get lumbar support. Love that. And you do get a lot of safety features like blind spot monitor, lane keep assist, forward collision warning, driver attention alert, intelligent speed control, traffic sign recognition, speed limiter, oh my, park sense, backup camera, automatic high beams, and more. And I have to show you this beautiful red leather interior. This is an extra $750 for the Giulia, and look at the Alfa Romeo badge into this beautiful leather. Here is a look at the second row, but it is such a beautiful red. It's more of a blue red. It's not an orangey red to my eyes. So it looks really beautiful, and it does have some extra bolsters on the side. Also, check this out. As you approach the vehicle, you'll notice that you have a beautiful Alfa Romeo door sill. I love that. It's in this really cool metal, and it matches your metal pedals. You also have 3 memory seats on the side of the seat, and you've got a thigh extender. Now I'm sitting in the second row of the Giulia, and I'm 5'7". I have a couple of inches of headroom still, and I've got some leg room. This seat we did move up a bit. I am comfortable, but I wouldn't want to go on a super long road trip back here, but I am fine. In the back, we have some nice amenities. We have some nets for seat back pockets. We have some more of those fun little vents that are very movable. We have heated seats for the second row for the outboard seats and 2 USB-A ports. We also have a center armrest with 2 cup holders, and that beautiful leather interior continues on. It does have that kind of elephant texture to it. And look up, your second row gets their own, oh, it's bright, moonroof cover. that they can open up. So, ooh, that is really bright, but it's nice that they can kind of control their own sunlight from the second row. Let's pop open this trunk. Whoa, it does open a little aggressively. Let me show you what I mean. So when you press the release, I mean, it really flies open, so you have to just make sure that your face isn't in the way. But it has quite a bit of storage for this size sedan that it is, and it has a 40-20-40 split. So you can put down just the center, so you can have kind of a ski pass through if that is what you're looking for. Also, there are these release buttons that you can pull down, so you can release that, but then you do have to go inside the vehicle and then pull the seat down. And now you can see you've got all this extra space. Hi. And check it out. This is how much space you get with all the seats folded down flat. So yeah, quite a bit of cargo room inside of this sedan. And then underneath the floorboards here, it looks like you get tools for a tire repair kit. And no spare tire, it looks like. And that is your exhaust sound. So my final thoughts are that I really enjoy driving this vehicle. It is a lot of fun, it is sporty, it is exciting, and it's got a little bit of Italian flair, which I really enjoy. Just got to the park, and here is a Giulia in a beautiful red color. And look, this one is the Q2 rear wheel drive. Well, what did you think of the 2025 Alfa Romeo Giulia Veloce? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you. While you're there, make sure you give this video a nice big thumbs up and subscribe to Motor City Maggie so you don't miss any of my automotive content. And thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much to Alfa Romeo and Stellantis for lending me this vehicle for the past week. I have loved driving it. Well, until next time, motor on. Ciao.